games, Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, with a tier list. We're doing a tier list ranking, and this one, a little bit shorter, shouldn't take us too long, Damon, because we're going to be ranking the MediEvil levels.
Cool.
All 22 levels. I've got the pictures here. So all 22 levels of MediEvil, the PS1 version as well, the original version. So we're basing it off that only. Yeah?
Yeah, cool.
So how we're gonna do it is the level. It's gonna be a mixture of the visuals of the level, the sound, so the music, how much fun it is to play, how difficult it is, that kind of thing. You know?
Yep. Cool.
And we got 5 categories. We got the best, great, good, okay, and bad. Yeah?
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, let me just get up my list because the pictures aren't very self-explanatory for this. So I might just need to get my list. What are we on? MediEvil levels. Well, not the first one, and we get started. The first one is probably the most, maybe the easiest one to kind of just get rid of because it stands crypt. Which, of course, is the starting area. More of a training area than anything else. It's very small. A lot of those gargoyle heads talking at you. You pick up the first sort of weapons. Yeah, there's not much to it, is there?
No, I mean, it all depends what sort of gamer you are, really. I mean, if you're a gamer who enjoys listening to every dialogue, then that's obviously a great area for you because they talk to you a lot. But if you're a rush gamer, then there's obviously it's your typical training level. But
it is that typical training level, yeah.
Take about 5 minutes to do it, literally.
Yeah, there's a call to come back later on, I think, because it's got a chalice. Or does it have a chalice? But I know it's got a wall you can break.
It's got a wall you can break. I think there's a hell file.
Oh, of course it's a health file. Yeah. So I sort of go back though once you've got the right weapon, a club or the hammer, right?
Yeah.
Thing is, like, this isn't bad. I think this is just okay. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree too. Okay, yeah.
Okay, first one in. Up next, then, we have the graveyard, which, of course, is effectively the first level. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, for an opening level, it's quite enjoyable. I mean, obviously, fighting zombies is fun. You know, it's obviously quite colourful.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the music's good. I mean, I wouldn't put it in there as the best level, but I'd probably put it down as the second tier. I'll go for.
Great.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
I agree. It's varied. It's got nice music, that gothic kind of tone. It's very simple and easy to get to grips with. And yeah, I agree. I quite like the opening level. Then we get Cemetery Hill, which is a very short, confined one, particularly the first time you visit. Because effectively all it is trying to get to the top while dodging those rocks. And that's it. There's a caveat, which is you do need to return later on, and then with an item, right, which opens up. You can smash up in the rocks, and then you bring, I can't remember, is it a talisman?
Inside there is the chalice too. The chalice is in there too. But I mean, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but you can actually do it in that level there.
Okay.
There's a way where you can jump off the as you know the round, you can jump off the side, and there's a club in there. Yeah, there's a club in there. Yeah.
Oh, of course there is. Yeah, you're right. I think this is just good. I don't think it's okay. Well, is it okay or good?
I mean, it's a very small level. I would say, me personally, I would say okay.
You know, I'm going to go with you, Nat, because even climbing up the mountain, up the hill with those rocks, with the controls, isn't exactly fun.
No.
Cool. It goes in okay, but ahead of Dan's Crypt. Dan's Crypt's not a level, really. No, okay. No. Then we get the Hilltop Mausoleum. This is quite a varied level and even has a boss at the end.
Yep.
Thoughts on this?
I mean, the bosses overall for me in a game aren't great.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I think this is the 2 dog bosses. I think.
No. This is the demon that comes out of the glass, the stained glass window.
Sorry, yeah, I've gone too far ahead. Actually, I mean, this level, it's an okay level. I mean, obviously it's got different areas. I mean, you've got obviously the annoying bad guys who steal your weapons.
Yeah.
And they're quite annoying. They're hard to hit too because they're quite small. But I mean, I suppose, like I said, the bosses ain't that great in the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, that level there, I'll give it probably an okay.
Interesting. See, it's got one of I kind of agree with you, but what for me makes it good is the collapsing floors part and how you get the chalice.
Yeah, I mean, the collapsing floors obviously is a good little scene. I mean, but it's annoying because half the times you don't destroy the glass, so you're running back and then you're running into the glass. You're too lazy to destroy them, or you destroy one set. But
okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you put this in good. In okay, because there's one coming up that we might have a bit of dispute over. Okay, then we get Return to the Graveyard, which is obviously the part of the graveyard level again, and then opens up, and then you go somewhere else, and it's also got the dog bosses, the one you were referring to before.
Yeah. Again with this level, the boss, I don't.
The boss is crap.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. I mean, it's quite. I mean, literally, you fight one boss, then you fight the second boss in literally the very next level. So that was a bit for me. It is a bit too soon because there's only about 4 or 5 bosses.
Yep.
For the entire game, and you had 2 literally straight away. But I mean, that level there, it's basically a carbon copy of the first. Well, it is a carbon copy of the first level until obviously you get the key to go through the doors.
Yep.
But again. I mean, again, it's colourful. The music's nice. Other than the boss, it's an okay level. No.
So, other than the boss, it's an okay level. So basically, you agree with me that the boss is in fact, it's really annoying as well because they're hard to hit because they obviously disappear a lot, and so it goes on for ages. If it was based on the boss alone, I'd put it in bad. But
yeah, so would I.
I think we can both agree it's just an okay level. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Right, up next we have Scarecrow Fields. I love this level.
So actually,
cool.
It's a very good level. Yeah, I mean, I like. I think it's clever. I like these scarecrows are bloody difficult to defeat, and it's just a hammer. So they're pretty cool. I like the fact that you can obviously. You got to fix like the little harvest machine, which can cut through the fields to get the chalice. The fact that you can't stay in the fields for like more than 5 seconds or like 2 seconds because you get killed by some I don't know what they are, like some weird jumping crow things or whatever. Guys, I mean, for me that level there, I would stick it on the second tier.
You think it belongs in great?
I think there's a lot better levels down the line.
I would put it in the best.
Well, you gave me the okay for that one, so I'll go with that one.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best levels in the game. Definitely, that's the one I was wondering if you would feel the same about. Okay, right. Pumpkin Gorge. So this is a sort of precursor to the actual boss. Has this annoying thing where you're constantly getting hit by bouncing pumpkins. I don't really care for this level. In fact, when I think about it, I don't really remember the layout that well, which says a lot, I think.
If it's the level that I can think of, I think it's the one where like you're running along and then boulders keep coming down, blocking the way.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
You got to store like 9 pods, I think, to activate the boss. That level there. I mean, like you said, you've got the fact that the mushrooms, the pumpkins keep spawning. They keep hitting you. You got the constant like little the vines. The vines keep whacking you. And then I think there's a bit where you got to keep jumping on the mushrooms, and they fire in the air. And jumping in this game is a nightmare.
Yep.
And so I mean, for me, I would probably put it in the category of bad. To be fair.
You said it. Well done. I was wondering if you'd say it. I agree. I think it's probably one of the worst levels.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Up next we have a boss. It's a completely separate level on its own. It is the Pumpkin Serpent. Now, you said you don't really like the bosses, but I think this might be the best boss in the game.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I mean, compared to the flipping end boss, this boss.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the fact that when you're killing it, that the way it sort of like decomposes.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty cool. And obviously,
Yeah, you're right. It starts to decompose as you kill it.
Yeah, I think it's just overall it's a very cool boss. You know.
I think this belongs in the good because I also really like how the chalice is where the chalice area, which is obviously underground after you kill it, and it's kind of got like frozen walls.
Yeah,
it's a cool look. All right, yeah, that's our first one in the good. Okay, here we go. The Sleeping Village.
Well, I mean, this is probably that. Well, this is probably tied for my favourite levels. You know, it's a very cool level. I mean, the music's beautiful. It's a very small level, but I mean, the smallness of the level is made up by the crazy people chasing around, the story behind it, the fact that you can't kill them because obviously, I mean, they're innocent people, and I just think that the level overall is just it's a very clever level.
Where would you put it?
I've got to put it in the top of me.
You want it in the best?
Yeah, for me, I would.
See, you know, I'm going to agree with you, but I don't think I love it as much as you do. I think it's probably got the... Something ringing there? Hello?
Yeah, that was an iPad.
Oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, the music, the fact that it varies up gameplay, and be honest, I do quite like the kind of puzzle you have to solve where you get in the melting the metal and you get in the cross. Yeah, okay, it goes in the best. Suppose it is an iconic level that we always remember.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, up next is Asylum Grounds, most memorable for the riddles.
Yeah, again, I mean, for me, I've got probably 3 levels which I can stick in the best, and this for me. This is in there too, because the riddles are they're not hard, but they're clever, they're funny, and I just the guy telling the riddles, you know, the gesture. I think it's a cool, it's just a cool level, you know, and it's fun.
I think I'm not going to agree with you on the best for this, and the reason being is this. The riddles, while cool when they're said, it always basically gives you the answer because the area you go to is open. Like, do you mean no other area is open and then suddenly the new area is open? And I really hate trying to lead that fucking mouse past the cats.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if they could change one thing in that game, I would have liked to have the riddles, but maybe have the entire level open.
Yep.
So then it won't be so obvious.
Agreed. So I think it's a great level, but great is only.
I'll go with that. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Then we're inside the asylum, which takes on a bit of a top-down, kill all the enemies in one area until you get to the mayor.
I actually quite enjoy this level. You know, I mean, I mean, it's different from what you've been doing throughout the game. Obviously, you still kill enemies, but this basically is just a non-stop barrage of killing enemies.
Yep.
And I don't know, okay, but the crazy guys who make the weird laugh.
The loons,
I always found it quite funny. Yeah, I always found that quite entertaining as they're chasing around with their white jackets on, the stretch jackets.
I like this level as well. It's a bit of an old school throwback, kind of top down, just kill all the enemies. I'm happy enough to put this one in great as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Great. Okay, now here we go. Let's see. I wonder if you're going to feel as strongly about where this one goes as I do. Up next, we have what I consider to be one of the worst levels in the game. If we were judging it based on creativity alone, we might put it higher. But we're basing this off all the things we said at the start. It is the ant caves.
Yeah.
I hate it.
That level had so much potential.
Yep.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better, but the constant respawning of ants is annoying.
Yep.
You know, I know obviously if it's an ant nest, it's going to be obviously thousands of ants. Okay. But the fairies are annoying. They speak like idiots, or even not fairies. The lights they can't keep up with you.
Yep.
And overall, it's got to be up there as the worst level. So for me, it's got to be down as awful, unfortunately.
I agree. It goes in the bad. You basically said everything I'd say. My biggest bugbear is the lighting. It's just so hard to see anything. And it culminates in that ant creep boss. That is so easy. All you do is stand there and shoot it with a crossbow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Bad. I agree. Right. The Enchanted Forest, or the Enchanted Earth, should I say.
Yeah.
The first time you can visit this early on, and you can't really do anything, and you certainly can't get the chalice. It opens up once you get the dark gauntlet thing.
Shadow mask.
Yeah, that's right. I quite like this level. I think it's really, really pretty. Got some nice music, and I love the parts where you go up really high on the lifts.
Yeah, I mean, this is not one of my favourite levels, but I mean, for creativity, the fact that it's a level which you got to keep coming back to.
Yep.
You can't get the chalice until obviously you get the shadow mask or whatever it is, the shadow face. Obviously, it's got the ant level also involved in that level too. So it's got multiple different things in there. And like you said, going on the lifts, you're going higher and higher and higher. It's a pretty cool level, but overall, this level frustrates me. Especially the boss, because there's a boss in there too. When you're on the platform, you got to fight like two sort of bats and shoot with your crossbows.
You do. Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, there's a boss too. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That lowers it down, and that's not good because that platform moves and tries to knock you off.
Yeah.
Oh, so where would you put this?
I would still put it in quite high, but I mean, it wouldn't go in the first place, in the top, or probably maybe second in the second tier. Hang on. Good. No, I'm going good. I've been good.
I will.
I mean, other than the boss, it would have been great. It would have been great, I think.
I think now you reminded me of that boss. I agree with you. Okay, up next is one of my favorite levels. It is Pools of the Ancient Dead. I love this level. I think it looks cool. It's got some very, very fun, different variation on enemy types. As you go through it and pick up the items, it increases in difficulty as it removes bridges. It's a nightmare for platforming, but there are worse levels for that. I really like this level.
Yeah, again, it's a very clever level. I like the fact that it's sort of like it's basically a graveyard, isn't it? A graveyard of dead fallen soldiers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so which I think is very, very clever. You know, obviously I think you come into the level on Death's boat. I think it is. Death brings you on his boat because you got to collect like souls. I think.
No, you leave on Death's boat.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. He wants you to collect like 8 or 9 souls for him. I think that.
Yeah, that's right.
It is. But I mean, this level is basically it's a hammer level. You got to obviously hammer the fat guys, the big fat armored guys, into the water.
Yep.
But it's a good level. I mean, if you enjoy the sound of Dan drowning, it's a great level.
No, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
That's coming up too.
You've forgotten one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. The pirate level. I would have to put this in the top tier because it is one of the best levels.
I'm going to remind you of one specific thing why it belongs in the best. It has a lot of those boxes where you open them and the explosion happens. A lot of them. And in this level, the panic you feel because of how easy it is to get knocked off when you open up one of them makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them.
Pools of the Ancient Dead goes in the best. Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about the sound of down drowning. There's this next level. It's not the one you're thinking of. It is. I think you've forgotten this one. It is the lake. This is you on these small-ass rickety platforms. The basic idea is you go to different areas to freeze the giant center whirlpool, which looks cool, but these creatures jump out of water as well onto the platforms. They're small platforms. You cannot dash. If you dash, you're dead.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I forgot about this level until you mentioned the big whirlpool. I mean, for color wise and look wise, like graphic wise, it's a very impressive level. But for camera angles and Dan's jumping wise, it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard because it wouldn't go in the best because of the constant dying. But I'd probably stick it in maybe good.
Oh, I was going to go lower. If it wasn't for the visuals, as you said, I'd put it in okay.
I mean, I'll try. I mean, because it's not. I mean, it's not a very long level. It's quite short too, because all you're doing is going around and collecting 4 stones to freeze the water.
Yep.
But then when you fall, when you jump into water and obviously you slide down, you come under the lake, and then there's these weird pink elephants. You can see them floating in the water. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
so what are you saying? You're saying good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot better levels than it.
Let's put it. You know what? We should put it in good. You know why? Listen to how much we remember about the level.
True.
That says it left an impact. So I think it belongs in okay. The Crystal Caves.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? This level isn't very good looking, isn't very long, has annoying platform bits. Don't really remember much about it. I think this is just okay.
Yeah. Again, it's a very small level. Very short, and I think it's like maybe 3 enemies: a bat, the little crazy guys stealing weapons, and a big centaur creature.
Yeah, Minotaur, centaur.
Yeah. And literally, it's about a 5-minute level. It's kind of basically a pointless level. It's just like sort of in there to try and progress the story, really.
Yep, I think this goes in okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Then we get the Gallows Gauntlet. I mainly remember this because at this stage, if you've been collecting all the chalices along the way, you should have picked up the dragon, armor, which lets you go through the flames. The enemies, I remember this being quite small, and the enemies they're hanging on gallows.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a clever level. I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
and I think this one's got a boss at the end too, which is where you fight the dragon. I think.
No, I think that comes in the Crystal Caves.
Is that Crystal Caves?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's a very small level.
Yeah.
I mean, I would stick it in okay, to be fair, because it's not much in that level.
I agree with you. Okay. Then we get to a pretty cool level, the Haunted Ruins. Really weird level because it begins with some really odd puzzles. Like the first being you've got to direct the chickens to eat the feed to activate the switch to even get into it. And then there's obviously the famous quickly put out the fire to stop the or kill the bad guy before he activates the switch, killing the villagers. Which will obviously, if he kills the villagers, you won't have enough souls to get the chalice.
The chalice, yeah.
But it's also got a wicked ending where you're basically on a timer as the place explodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great level.
Yeah, again, I think this is probably it's in there with the best levels. You know, it's got great music. You know, I mean, listen to the villagers going asking for help was pretty cool. You know, it makes you obviously, chasing the shadow guys to kill them before they kill the villagers. But it has got one annoying part which I don't like, is when you got to fight the 2 big figures at the end. You've got to knock him with your hammer to knock him off the edge.
Oh, you're right.
That is so difficult. Because you're on a timer. You're on a timer because you got to beat them before you got to escape.
Do you think
it's still a great level though?
Do you think that stops it being in the best and it just goes in great then? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember how annoying it was because you got to whack them with a hammer and constantly whacking them. Yeah, I was thinking in great. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, it's here, Damon. It is the pirate ship or the ghost ship.
Do you know what? This level had the potential to be such a great level.
Mm-hmm.
It was clever, but the jumping, the camera angles completely destroyed this level for you. The chalices in the air. I mean, it's like they know. It's like they know. Oh, let's stick the chalice in the worst possible place.
Yep.
Where it's in a difficult place, and the fact that you can't get the chalice until you actually get to the end, you kill the final bad guys, and you can go back and get it.
Yep.
They've done it on purpose. Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes that, remember our flashback when we did of MediEvil, we talked a lot about this specific level in the things we don't like. I think this belongs in the bad.
Unfortunately, it does. I mean, it had the potential to be such a great level, but they ruined it.
Yep. Okay, we've got 3 more left. The next one's a funny one in that it's not really a level again. It kind of just, it's similar to Dan's Crypt. It's the entrance hall when you arrive at Zarek's lair. The cool thing is you kind of see that you get to go to that room where you see Zarek at the start of the game with like the waterfall and stuff like that. But it's not really a level, is it?
It's basically like Dan's Crypt, basically, literally. So, I mean, for me personally, it won't go in the bad because there's nothing hard there, but it'll probably go in the okay.
Agreed. Then we get the time machine. Thoughts on this?
This is actually quite a good level, you know.
It's cool, isn't it? I like the music.
Yeah, I mean the music, the entire staging of the area. I like the fact that the puzzles of the clocks. You got to obviously change the time of the clocks.
Yep.
Which is pretty clever. Yeah, I mean, I would stick this probably in. I'd go probably top tier with this one.
What, you'd put it the best?
Yeah, I think I would, because I mean, out of 22 levels, there's only maybe 4 or 5 which would get in that category.
It can't go in the best. When I look at what we've got in the best, which is the Sleeping Village, Pools of the Ancient Dead, and Scarecrow Fields, it is not as good as them. Great, come on, man, great.
Okay, fine. I'll downgrade it then. I'll take the 1 point off win, which knocks it down.
Oh, brilliant. Right, last but not least, I think we both know where this one's going to go. It is the final boss, Zarek's Lair. It's
okay. Well, I mean,
boss.
Yeah, I mean, for bosses, I mean, the bosses are very poor in this game.
Yeah,
and admittedly, I do like the old healing your army. I do enjoy that, but for end bosses, Zarek is a very, very terrible poor boss.
Yep.
In my 10 things that I like, I said to you that I would have loved to have maybe a fight with Zarek halfway through the game, and then have a rematch in the game. But I can't even tell. Is Zarek a man or a woman? I can't tell. But because it looks like she's got the Princess Lair, bloody things on her ears.
He's just a thing. So where would you put this then?
I mean, bad.
Yep, bad. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a disappointing end, and I hate that dragon creature.
Yeah, stupid.
There you go. My God, I thought we'd have a lot more levels higher up, but here we go. So in our best, we literally have chosen 3 levels out of the 22 for the best, which is the Sleeping Village, Pools of the Ancient Dead, and Scarecrow Fields. But I think they're good choices.
Yeah, definitely.
Then in the Great, we've got the Haunted Ruins, we've got the Time Machine, we've got the Asylum Grounds, Into the Asylum as well, and the original Graveyard level. Got all good levels, great levels, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
In our good ranking, we've only got 3. We've got the Pumpkin Boss, we've got the Lake, and we've got the Enchanted Earth. Then in the OK, we've got the Crystal Caves. We've got, I've forgotten what that one was called, the one with the Gallows Gauntlet. We've got Return to the Graveyard. We've got Inside the Mausoleum. We've got the Entrance Hall, Cemetery Hill, and Dan's Crypt, which I think's fair.
Yeah.
And then the 4 levels we thought were the worst. We said the Ghost Ship. We said Zarek's Lair, the final boss. We said the original Pumpkin level. And we said the Ant Caves. I think we did all right there.
Do you know what, though? I mean, going for that list, it's very disappointing that out of the entire list, only 1 boss made it into the top 2 tiers, which is the Pumpkin boss. You would have thought that the bosses might have made it higher.
No, he's only in the good. No bosses are in the good. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It shows you how bad the bosses are.
It does. It's quite intriguing. But there you go. There's our tier ranking of the MediEvil levels. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?